The Witcher series on Netflix has been a huge success so far. In addition to the already announced second season, an animated film called The Witcher Nightmare of the Wolf is now to be released, as Netflix officially announced. In a recent interview with IGN Poland, The Witcher producer Tomek Baginski also hinted that such a movie might be released between the seasons. It is not yet known what role the current cast of the series will play, but the participation of some cast members as dubbing actors is quite likely given the high recognition value. The idea for the film is said to have come from Bo DiMaio. Showrunner Lauren Hisrich, who had known about it for over a year, was now pleased to finally officially treat the fans. According to her own statement, the film should expand the world of The Witcher and tell about a powerful new danger on the Witcher continent. Nothing more precise is known about the release date, but since Season 2 is supposed to be released in 2021, a release at the end of 2020 or the beginning of 2021 would be quite realistic. A few months ago, J.J. Abrams' production company Bad Robots made a $1 million deal with Warner. A few days ago, the magazine Deadline reported that Bad Robots allegedly develops movies and series based on Justice League Dark. It is not yet known what specific plans Bad Robots has in this regard. Also, if Abrams will direct the projects himself or if he will give the direction to someone else is still not certain. Nevertheless, it seems to be planned that the Justice League Dark will be released in the cinema as well as on the new Warner streaming service HBO Max. It is also questionable whether the films and series will then be integrated into the DCEU or the new DC series multiverse, or whether they will stand completely on their own. The latter is rather unlikely, as it would make more sense to link the existing Justice League Dark formats with each other. With the current state of information, it is still difficult to estimate when and in what form the projects will be released, so we hope to get more information about Justice League Dark in the near future. With worldwide box office takings of $1.128 billion, Captain Marvel was one of the top performers financially in the MCU last year. The announcement of a successor was therefore only a question of time. As The Hollywood Reporter reports, a screenwriter has apparently been found, namely Megan McDonnell. McDonnell is currently part of the writing team of the MCU series WandaVision, but has not made a major movie yet. If the current negotiations between her and Marvel are successful, the script of Captain Marvel 2 will be written by one author instead of 5. And there will also be female power on the director's chair, but this search for a suitable director is still ongoing. Information about the content is not known at the moment. However, The Hollywood Reporter is sure that the plot will take place in the present of the MCU, which is only a few years ahead of ours. Moreover, there is a high chance that in Part 2 the Captain Marvel comics will be used, in which the main actress Brie Larson, in her role as Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, takes command of the space station Alpha Flight. Whether there will also be a reunion with, for example, the Skrulls is not known at this time. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Captain Marvel is supposed to be in the cinemas in 2022. Regardless that, Disney has announced 3 dates for still unspecified projects: mid-February, late July, and early October 2022. So it's likely that Captain Marvel 2 will be released on one of these 3 dates. With National Treasure and National Treasure Book of Secrets, Disney delivered 2 very good adventure films in the 2000s, which, with a total of around $800 million in box office takings, were above all very profitable. The release of the second part is 12 years ago, and fans probably did not expect a sequel so soon. In 2019, Disney boss Bob Iger stated that they were not 100% satisfied with the script, but this could now belong to the past. Because, as reported by The Hollywood Reporter and Variety, Chris Bremner is currently working on the script for National Treasure 3. Bremner is considered a rising newcomer in Hollywood, and his script for Bad Boys for Life was a complete success. At the moment, no information is available on the release date of National Treasure 3, but considering the current production progress, we will probably have to wait until at least 2023. Many fans would like to see the X-Men in a bigger role in the MCU. After the Fox takeover last year, this is now possible, at least on paper, because all the characters of the X-Men are in the possession of Marvel again. When the 5-year plan of Marvel was presented, the disappointment was big at first because the superheroes unfortunately don't play a role in it. At least for the time being, since Marvel boss Kevin Feige announced that the X-Men will play a role in the MCU, but that we will have to be patient. As Professor X actor Patrick Stewart recently stated in an interview with Digital Spy, there is supposed to have been a conversation between him and Feige. Also, the character Charles Xavier, aka Professor X, is rumored to have been discussed. However, it was Stewart himself who spoke out against the return of his character because his performance in the 2017 film Logan the Wolverine changed everything. He said, "Here's the problem. If we had not made Logan, then yes, I would probably be ready to get into that wheelchair one more time and beat Charles Xavier. But Logan changed all that." So Stewart is unfortunately no longer available for the role of Professor X. Currently, the 79-year-old Stewart can be seen on Amazon in the series Star Trek Picard. Taika Waititi is best known for his film Thor Ragnarok and most recently with a 6-time Oscar-nominated film Jojo Rabbit. He also directed one episode of The Mandalorian and lent his voice to the robot IG-11. The Hollywood Reporter is now speculating that Waititi could also become a Star Wars director in the future. At least that would be an exciting consideration, after all the director is known for his humor and plot twists. If this is just a dream or if he will actually direct a new Star Wars movie is not clear at the moment. One factor that speaks against this is surely his busy schedule. At the moment, Waititi is still in post-production for his new movie Next Goal Wins and will dedicate himself to Thor, Love and Thunder afterwards. After filming Thor, the question is whether he will take over a sequel to Akira, as already hinted at, or start at a completely new project. This new project could be Star Wars, however, that's just speculation at the moment. Just recently, the long-awaited Bad Boys for Life was released in the cinemas. As the Hollywood Reporter reports, the powerful cinema release has now caused the Sony studios to confirm Bad Boys 4, which has already been hinted at in the past. A reunion of Will Smith and Martin Lawrence should therefore only be a matter of time. Under which direction the 4th Bad Boys part will be produced is not yet known, but since the performance of directors Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah has been positively received by critics, a return of the two directors is not unlikely. After the first 2 parts of Bad Boys from 1995 and Bad Boys 2 from 2003, the 3rd part of the series took quite a long time. The reason for this was, among other things, various disagreements with the directors and scriptwriters, which almost led to the 3rd part to be cancelled at all. In 2015, however, the solemn announcement was made that there would be 2 more successors. When the 4th part will be released in the cinemas has not been announced yet. However, a release before the end of 2021 seems unrealistic. The last Indiana Jones movie was released 12 years ago. For almost as long there have been speculations about the sequel, Indiana Jones 5. Until now, the film has been postponed again and again for various reasons, either due to the script or because the people in charge preferred to devote themselves to other projects. The release currently planned by Disney is in July 2021, but will everything really work out this time? David Kapp, who left the project at some point, is now responsible for the content as a screenwriter again. According to his own statement, the scriptwriter of Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull has got a really good idea for the script. Cult director Steven Spielberg, who currently has little time away from his post-production project West Side Story, will then take on the film in the course of the year. Another important person, of course, is the 77-year-old leading actor Harrison Ford, who, after the release of his last film, The Call of the Wild, on February 21st, 2020, will have great enthusiasm to once again embody his cult role of Indiana Jones. So what else could the planned release in the next summer fail? For one thing, screenwriter Kapp must first complete the scripts with his good idea and then convince Disney, director Spielberg and actor Harrison Ford with it. So if the script is right, there's nothing to stop the release. Indiana Jones 5 is scheduled to be released on July 9th, 2021.